Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is Professor Cisco, and I'm reaching out to the student body. Okay, so we are completing our first week. I thought I'd make this video long because I want to send it out to make sure you dotted all your I's and crossed all your T's. And the reason I'm doing that is because when we go into the second week, I want to make sure you are clear on exactly what you have to do. You're not late on any assignments. You're not behind on any assignments. You know what assignments must be completed. You are clear on exactly what you have to do. Now, on one side of me, you're going to notice everything that for this particular week and going forward, what you should have completed. CNS 105. On the other side of me, you're going to notice the same thing. Everything that should be completed for this week. CNS 141. 2 classes, same philosophy, same idea. So I want to make sure we get that clear so you will know exactly what you have to do. Make sure you take a screenshot on things on both sides of me. And as you can see, I'm jumping from one side and I'm jumping to the other side. But take a screenshot of what you should have done. And I'm going to show you how we are going to complete this course, because you will know what you have to do. This stuff is easy, people. It's easy. But you have to do the work. Okay. Now, I'm going to switch over to the syllabus. So first we're going to go through a partial view of the syllabus of what needs to be completed. Then we're going to go through packet tracer and how to upload a packet tracer. I'm actually going to do a packet tracer with you. And I'm going to show you how I do my packet tracers to get through the work. And the last thing we're going to do is just take a general look of the different protocols that we need to complete. Now, this will be your discussion question for the second week. I'm going to send it to you today, but for the second week, you'll be answering questions to this particular discussion question. Okay, I just wanted to jump in here real quick before this video starts and just let you know that it is critically important that you watch the entire video. This is important for you to successfully make it through this class, so make sure you watch the entire video. And if you watch the entire video, know that you will have a second chance of looking at it, because it will be discussion question number 2. I'm having some questions in there that I want you to answer for this second week that we're about to go in, so make sure you take the time to watch it carefully. Okay, we're back. Now, what we're about to do is look at the syllabi. Now, before I show you the syllabi, this is a section of the syllabi. This is not your entire syllabi. You need to go read your syllabus, because there's quite a few of you haven't taken the time to go through the syllabus. And I'm noticing that. So, go look at your syllabus so you'll know how well you're doing. But this is a snapshot of your syllabus. It's a snapshot, people. It's not the entire syllabus. So don't come back to me, hey, Professor, you didn't have that in the syllabus. Your syllabus is uploaded. Go look at it. And when it comes to the syllabus, I tell all of my students in class, the syllabus is king. What do I mean by that? That means even I can't outrule the syllabus. So what I'm saying to you is this. Any subject that comes up in the classroom, I defer to the syllabus for correction. And I want you to do the same thing. This is your contract between me and you on how you will complete this work in this class. And when it comes up that, hey, we got a little issue here, we're going to both go to the syllabus, look it over, and see what the syllabus said. Now, I can outrule the syllabus if it's something wrong. But if it's right, you got to stand by the syllabus. So look your syllabus over, okay? Because we're getting to that point now where I will have to, of according to the college, drop people out the class. Don't be that person who gets dropped. As you can see in this portion of the syllabus, you see what gives you your points, that 100%. You work towards that 100%. Syllabus quiz, discussions, assignments, module, group exams, final exams. This is what gives you that percentage. But what's important in here for you, and don't forget those discussion questions. They're very important. But what's important in here for you is this. Did you complete these assignments? Well, what assignments are you talking about? Did you go over the course introduction? Did you read module 1 inside of NetAcad? Or did you go into D2L and look over things? Did you upload these packet tracers? These were supposed to be uploaded by now. Did you complete them and upload them? So this is what you had to do. Next week, I'm expecting you to do, and don't forget the discussion question. I almost forgot it. But next week, I'm expecting you to go to this, do your discussion question for that week. Read your chapter and go over your lessons. Now, this is for 141, as you can see. In the third week in 141, you got this to do. Now, you can do everything. You can move ahead. I open everything up for you to be able to move ahead. And if something is closed, let me know so I can go in there and open it up. But you can go in there, dive into the work, and complete the work. But what will happen is this. What you give me is what I'm going to give you a grade on. So make sure you dot all your I's and you cross all your T's. Look at what your syllabus states and be able to give it to me. Next week, we won't be able to say, I don't know what to do. I had a student email me Friday. Now, for this class started on Tuesday. But this student was in my 105. And this student emailed me and said, hey, professor, this is 105. Hey, professor, what should I do? Read your syllabus. Look at the video log I sent to you. Look at the multiple times I sent things to you. And students, most important, if you don't know what to do, everybody knows. Everybody in my class knows this. I have office hours from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. All you have to do is just show up. Send me an email. Hey, professor, I'm going to show up to the office hours today. Jump online, show up, and we can walk through any particular situation. And this is the 105. Look at what 105 has to do. 141. You think you got it hard? Look at 105 got to do. They got to go through 5 chapters. They got to give a checkpoint on the first week. And they got to do multiple packet traces. Look at, they got 3 packet traces, 141. And they got a weekly exam. This is what they had, a syllabus quiz. You did too, 141. You had a syllabus quiz. But it was bonus points for you if you did it. Let's be realistic now. Let's get on top of it. So this is the syllabus, okay? Now let's go and look at packet tracer and how I want you to give me a packet tracer. Upload your packet tracer. Everyone should be uploading their packet traces. If you are in CNS 105 or CNS 141, you have different days you have to make that initial post. So let's go into 105. 105 understands that I have to make my post on a certain time. So every time you log into here, you should see if it's an update on something in here. Now, 105 recognize their folders, their files are right here. So if you looked at my last video, you know exactly where your files are at. And the reason I'm bringing this up is because I had a student email me and say, hey, professor, I don't know what to do. Even though I sent you guys before the class started a video log on what to do, and when you came in here, you had the video log that showed you exactly what to do. But if you don't look at these things, I got office hours from 5 to 6 p.m. There's no excuses. not to send me an email and say, I'm going to meet you in your office hours so I can find out what to do. I am here to help you, to assist you through this class. I am here to give you knowledge about a field that I've been in for 20 years. But you got to step up and say, reach out and say, hey, professor, I'm ready to learn this. Okay, so with that being said, you're going to go to the discussion question. Now remember, discussion questions have a certain time for that initial post. Here's the discussion question, rules for posting, right here. And it tells you exactly when that initial post is. And as you can see, people are in here doing their work. I don't want to show a student name, so I'm not going to go all the way down there. Now, when it comes to assignments, you know that from looking at your syllabus, it should be in here multiple packet tracers. You know that you have quizzes and exams. So you can come in here, you're going to see your quiz, which was a syllabus quiz. Most of y'all went in there and took care of that. And you're going to see exams, which need to be done. Okay? So you got it, 105. You understand what needs to be done. But don't worry, I'm going to show you how to get that packet tracer uploaded. Now let's go look at 141. Let's have fun and look at 141. Now 141 has the unique distinction of being in a class with me. So they know I'm looking at their work. So if I click here on 141, same thing. All you have to do, let's do it as a student view so we can be doing the same thing. But the same thing, your files that you have to download and work with are right here. Your video log that I sent you about how to do this is right here. So 141, you know exactly what to do, and you have an added advantage. Not only could you meet me in my office hours for assistance, you can also meet me in class, your assigned class. And we have class every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Discussion questions, the same thing. Like I said, 141. Also, assignments. You pretty much know what your syllabus said. So you right now throwing assignments up in here, making sure your assignments are up here. Now, the reason you don't see any numbers here in 105, you saw 1, because I'm showing it as a student view, so it's acting like it's me. And I uploaded one thing in 105 a couple of days ago. But it's no reflection on who doing the work and who not. I know some people gonna look at this. I uploaded my files. What are you talking about, Professor? Don't worry. I got your files. This is just reflecting my point of view. Okay, so I won't see your work. Exams 141. Now 141, all you had was a syllabus quiz. 141, just a syllabus quiz. But I know you taking care of it. It's not going to reflect it here, but I know you taking care of it. Okay, so that's taking a look at from the syllabus to the actual fact. Now let's go over here to NetAcad. So when we come back, we're going to be focused on NetAcad, and we're going to focus on uploading the file. Let's do that. CNS 105. First thing is, you know you had to log into your course, and I pretty much have everybody in there. 105, it's just a couple of people in 105 that didn't log into their course, but that's okay. We're going to look at it from a student's point of view once again. And like I said to 105, if you want to do this checkpoint here, I'll give you points, but it has to be done this week. So I'll give you some points for that. That's a gimmick. Why turn down money if it's on the table? Course introduction, if you walk through this, you will be able to go down here and download Packet Tracer. I'm going to start this download because I want you to see how you should download Packet Tracer. This is 105. CNS 141, everyone in that class has Packet Tracer. They knew exactly what to do, but their advantage is in the class that met with me. So all you had to do was go to course introduction, click on this link right here, which talks about Packet Tracer, and with that link being clicked on, all you had to do then was just come down here and choose what type of computer you have. Do you have a Windows computer? Do you have a Ubuntu computer, which is a Linux computer? And do you have a Mac computer? And whichever one you have, you click the link. And what happens then is it automatically goes up here. As you can see right here, it's downloading that application. Once you download it, or once it's downloaded, you just execute the steps and begin to walk through the questions that it asks you, and then you have Packet Tracer on your desktop. But we'll come back to that. I'm going to close this out and come back here. So that is. Now, once you get deep off into the course, remembering that you got multiple things that you have to do in this course, all you have to do now is just basically read through the chapters. And as you read through the chapters, you can then see assignments that you have to do in here. And this is a very good chapter. I can click the next button. This is for 105 too. This is for 141 too. The same thing. You just click through the buttons, look at the videos, read the information. And if you come across things in here to do, like checkpoint understanding, you need to do that. Don't skip your checkpoints. Don't skip anything in here that has to be done, because I'm going to be able to gather that information. Okay, so that's pretty much 105. Okay, and if I close this out and go back, we can see the same thing for 141. It's nothing magical about this, people. Do the bare minimum. You will see that you can walk right through this stuff. It's no problem whatsoever. Now I'm looking at it in 141 the same way. You click on the link and you proceed to go through the work that's in here. That's it. It's nothing magical about it. You read your chapter, you look at videos, you learn. And here's a packet tracer right here. 105. Now, if there's packet tracers in here that I did not give you, that's bonus points. You can say, hey, professor, when you upload the packet tracer, hey, professor, I did this packet tracer. It wasn't on your assigned list of packet tracers, which is on the syllabus. Can I get some bonus points for it? There it is. At the end of every semester, I have a body of students who will walk up to me, not walk, but reach out to me and say, is there any way I can get some bonus points to increase my grade? And I tell them no. And you know why I tell them no? Because all through the course, you had a chance to get in bonus points. And you didn't take it. You waited till the end of the semester to see what your grade was going to be to make a decision to get bonus points. You have to start in the beginning of class in order to receive that. So if there's anything in here that you haven't seen or was able to see on your syllabus, then know that we got bonus points for you. But you got to talk to me about it. Don't just do it and say, well, I did this 4 weeks ago. I need to know. Okay, so let's move on. Okay, so there you go right there. That's CNS 141, CNS 105. Do everything in here because you get points for that. So if I close this out right here, and I'm going to close that, let me show you what I mean by you getting points for this. And I should have stayed in there. So let me go to 105 right quick. Okay, so now I'm going to go back in here and I'm going to show you exactly what I need completed. So in here, now you have two places you have to do work. One place is D2L, which we just looked at. And another place is your actual portal where you'll be doing your work, which is Netacad. So if I click on this course here, I'm going to 105 again, and it's the same thing with 141, and I click view, here we go. Now, I want to check the grade book. This is what I click to see the grade book. You'll be able to see this too. All of this has to be completed, people, and this is 105. All of these assignments have to be completed. They call checkpoints, checkpoint exams, modules. Make sure when you go through the chapter, make sure you're doing all of this. But most importantly, check your syllabus because you want to make sure you do it on a proper date and the proper time within the proper week. Okay? Don't miss that. So you got checkpoints, you got weekly exams if you're in 105, and for 141, you know to do your checkpoints. Okay, now let's get to the nitty-gritty of everything. Let's get to the point. How do I get them files uploaded to me? I am going to come to the files that I downloaded from D2L, which is in 141 and 105, and proceed to go ahead and do some work in those particular files. I'm going to just choose any file. So I'm not looking for a particular file. I'm just looking to do a packet tracer. And I'm going to choose 141. Why not choose 141? Because I've been talking about 105 for the longest. So I'm going to look for a packet tracer in here. And I'm going to come right here. And there go one. Open that packet tracer. Now, remember, you cannot do a packet tracer inside of a zip file, zip folder. I am not in a zip folder. You have to pull that folder out of the zip file before you proceed to do it. Because if you do it inside of a zip folder, the work will be erased the moment you close it and save it. So make sure you're not inside of a zip folder. Hint, hint, make sure. Let's go ahead and open this up. 1.5.5. Now, it may take a little time for it to open up, but we're going to give it some time. And with that little time, I'm going to talk about packet tracers. Now, I'm going to show you how I do my labs. You can do it my way or you can do it your own way. But I have a certain way I do things because this particular lab I probably did 4,000 times. I know. Over the span of years, I have done these labs over and over. But I have created a system that will get me through the labs really quick because I need the pertinent information of that particular lab. The pertinent information. Log in. There we go. Now it's going to jump to another section and it lets me in. The first thing I want to bring up is this. I want to go ahead and click here and shrink this screen down, and then I can shrink this down because I no longer need it, and then I'm going to go back to the lab. Now, in this lab, you have multiple things that you should pay attention to. The first thing is this particular panel over here that gives you the instructions on what you want to do or what you will be doing. I want you to read everything, answer every question, do everything in here. This is a career. In my next video log, I'm going to talk about the career aspect of IT and how vast it is and all the things that you can accomplish being in the IT field. But I'm going to say that for my third video log. So you want to make sure you understand all of this. You want to take a look around the particular lab. This is a basic lab right here that's talking about multiple devices that you will be responsible for. Now, in that third video, I'm also going to show you the lab on campus. So it's two ways you can learn how to do this. You can go work with the physical equipment, or you can work with packet tracer or some type of emulation and simulation application. And I'm going to talk about that in the next class, in the next video log, excuse me. But here we have right here, packet tracer, okay? Now, these are the devices. This is what you work with, and it's down here too, different devices. Now, for me to get through this, the first thing, like I said in my first video log, is this. I have some packet tracers in here where you can see your points and some packet tracers in here where you can't see your points, because I want to be able to see who's doing the work, and this gives me a chance to assess your skill set. So if you click here, it's going to show you this right here. No, you cannot see what's in here, but there are other ones where you'll see step by step, and as I do those, you'll be able to see it. So we're going to roll those out back to back and you'll be able to see them. So let me put this right here. I don't know why I'm moving it, but it looks better to me. And then what I want to do is show you how to do it. So when I'm doing a packet tracer, I like to go to Word. Now, this is something you say, well, Professor, why are you going to Word? Well, I have a particular way of getting through Packet Tracer really quick on my Packet Tracer labs. But one of the things is I want to understand the entire concept of what they're presenting in Packet Tracer. So there's my word. I'm going to come back here and I'm going to copy all of this information into Word. Well, why are you doing that, Professor? I'm about to show you. I know, I have jokes. But anyway, I'm copying this into Word. And I'm going to drop this in here. Now, I'm not stealing the information from the Cisco company. This is the way I like to do Packet Tracing. So you have so many labs and you got to do so much reading. The first thing I like to do is get the concept, but I want to particularly understand exactly what they're saying. So instead of reading it to myself, I come here and I click on review and I let the lab read to me. Listen to this. I hope it comes across.
Packet Tracer, Network Representation. Objectives. The network model in this activity incorporates many of the technologies that you will master in your CCNA studies. It represents a simplified version of how a small to medium-sized business network might look. Feel free to explore the network on your own. When you are ready, proceed through the following steps and answer the questions. Note, it is not important that you understand everything you see and do in this activity. Feel free to explore the network on your own. If you wish to proceed more systematically, follow the steps below. Answer the questions to the best of your ability. Instructions.
Now, as you can see, the reason I do that is because sometimes I want to speed it up and sometimes I want to slow it down. In other words, so right here, this is important to me. It says here, it is not important that you understand everything you see and do in this particular activity. So I shouldn't be afraid of doing this. I shouldn't be looking to do it perfectly. I should be able to get the gist of the understanding of what's happening here, not having a meltdown. Another reason I put it in here is, as you can see, there are multiple questions in here. I want to answer these questions. Yeah, I can go get a file from another place and do it and put it in here because we got multiple files. But I like to come in here and type in answers inside of here and save this. So let's get to that. Now you see, this is just a packet tracer where you're going to answer a bunch of questions. And then you're going to upload the packet tracer so I can see what you're doing. So let's take a look at that. So now that I went through this entire packet tracer, right? Let's pretend like I went through the entire packet tracer. Because this packet tracer is just a bunch of questions that you have to answer. Like for instance, let's take a look at something. It says here, in the packet tracer network, how many WANs do you see? So how many WANs? Now, if you in the class with me or you heard me before, when they say WAN, that means wide area network. But what is a wide area network? They are talking about the routers. That go one router, that go two routers, that go three routers, but it's a plethora of routers inside of here. So I'm only seeing two. So with that three, that's approximately 5 right there. Okay. And we don't know what's in here. So if I had to count them, I'd go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 routers. Okay. That's what I can see with the naked eye. Okay. The next question is how many LANs do you see? Now, when you hear the word LAN, that's local area network. What is a LAN? Well, a LAN represents switches. So I got a switch here, I got a switch here. Now these two switches are different than the switches here. This switch here, here go a switch here, that goes switch right there. And no switches up in here that I can see. I see a modem. So in this particular lab, packet tracer, you have multiple devices. Now let's get to the nitty-gritty of it. I answered all the questions in here. I answered the challenge question Always do the challenge question. That's important. It's a challenge. It wants to see what you have. So I did all of that. Now I'm going to save this. Once I save it, I'm going to click on File, and I'm always going to save it. Always save it as PKZ. That's important because you save the file to where I can review it. PKZ. So I'm going to click on that. And once I click on that, it's going to ask me where I want to save it. I always just drop it on my desktop. See, I got desktop in there. I click my arrow, got desktop. And the second thing I do is I always put my name on it so I can know I did it right. My name's misspelled. Don't worry. This is just an example. So that lets me know that I'm doing my work. So then I click Save. Now, when this box pop up right here, all I do is click OK. And then it saves the file to my desktop. Now watch this, people. I'm going to close it because I'm through. So let's go ahead and close it. It is closed now. But two things happened to my desktop. Two files were saved to my desktop. One is green and one is purple. Okay. Now, what's important to me is this. I should get one of these files. I don't need both of them, but I do need one of them. Okay? Because I'm going to review your work. Now, I'm going to go to D2L to upload that file because the professor say he needs that file to grade my work. So if I come over here to D2L and go to the assignment section, in the assignment section, I should see that file. Now, you may be in 105. In 105, you just have a folder where you can upload all your files. So let's go look at that. So this is how you would upload your files. So I'm going to click on Assignments, and this will give me a chance to upload my files in this week. And if I do it from a student point of view, now I know that file, that packet trace I just created was 4141, but it's the same activity, the same steps, the same way. It shouldn't be any difference. It's just one has a folder and one has them listed out. So now I can actually click on this, and once I click there, it says upload. So all I do is say add a file. It don't say upload, it says add a file. Anyway, now we got upload. I'm pulling it from my computer, and here it is. I go to my desktop, and on the desktop, I see the files. And all I need is one of them. I don't need both of them. So if I click here and click open, it puts the file right here. There it is. There go that packet tracer. And all I have to do is click add, and it will add it in there. This is simple, people. It's not hard. But it takes you, the student, to read the information, to look at my video log. Okay, I'm going to send this out to you today, and you're going to be able to complete your work.